You are watching a car video right now, not driving one, not buying one, watching. And the strange part is, you already know you can't afford it. You knew before you clicked. You knew before the thumbnail even fully loaded. So why did you click anyway? Why do you spend 47 minutes on a Tuesday night watching a man walk around a car that costs more than your annual salary, nodding along like you're seriously considering it? This is not a small thing. YouTube's own data shows that car content gets watched by people who will never own those cars at a rate that should make no sense. But it makes complete sense. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand something about yourself that you probably suspected but never had the language for. Let's establish what is actually happening when you watch these videos. You are not being irrational. You are not wasting time. You are not delusional. You are doing something that human beings have done for as long as humans have existed. You are using a story to rehearse a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet. Psychologists call this possible self-theory. Every person carries in their mind not just who they are, but a vivid, detailed image of who they could become. The future self, the upgraded self, the version that has the life, the objects, the status, the freedom that the current self does not. And here is the critical part. The brain does not cleanly distinguish between experiencing something and vividly imagining it. When you watch that walk-around video, the door closing with that specific thud, the exhaust note on cold start, the way the leather smells described in precise detail, your brain is not filing this under fiction, it is filing it under rehearsal. But here is where it gets uncomfortable. Because if this is just rehearsal, just motivation, then why do so many people watch these videos for years and never get closer to the car? Why does the watching sometimes replace the doing rather than fuel it? There is a researcher named Gabriel Oettingen at NYU who spent decades studying positive visualization, and what she found should genuinely disturb you. People who vividly imagine achieving a goal in great detail, who mentally simulate the outcome with high emotional intensity, perform worse at actually achieving it. Not better. Worse. Because the brain, having experienced the emotional reward of the fantasy, partially registers the goal as already complete. The dopamine fires, the satisfaction arrives, and the urgency, the hunger that drives actual action, quietly bleeds away. You watched the video. You felt the feeling. Your brain said, "Good, we got that," and moved on. This is the loop you're in, and the car companies know it. Here is the part nobody talks about. The videos are not made for buyers. Think about that for a second. A Porsche 911 GT3 walkaround video gets 4 million views. Porsche sells approximately 3,000 GT3s per year globally. The math does not work if the audience is buyers. The audience is watchers. Intentionally. Automotive marketing departments figured out 20 years ago that aspiration content designed to make people feel the brand without ever transacting with it, builds something more valuable than a sale. It builds identity attachment. A person who has watched 200 hours of Porsche content over 5 years does not think of themselves as someone who wants a Porsche. They think of themselves as a Porsche person. And a Porsche person, when they finally do have money, when the bonus lands, when the business takes off, when the inheritance comes through, does not shop around. They already know exactly which car, exactly which spec, exactly which color, because they decided all of that years ago. Alone at night, watching videos they told themselves were just for fun. You were never the audience for that content. You were the product being slowly built. So what do you do with this? First, understand that the watching is not shameful. The possible self is not a delusion. It is a legitimate psychological function. The problem is not the dream. The problem is when the simulation of the dream permanently substitutes for the pursuit of it. Second, the most interesting thing about this research is what does work. Oettingen's solution is not to stop visualizing. It is to pair the positive fantasy with a clear-eyed confrontation of the obstacle. She calls it WOOP, wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. The people who watch the car video and then immediately ask what specifically is standing between me and this, and write down one concrete answer, those people move. The people who just watch and feel good stay exactly where they are. And third, and this is the part that should actually change something, The next time you open a car video at midnight, ask yourself one question. Am I rehearsing or am I hiding? Because those are two very different activities that feel identical from the inside.